Welcome everyone. Today we have an updated video on how to deal more damage and also get higher combat score. So as you can see over here, I've gotten over 10,000 combat score, but I know that there's a lot of other ways to get higher scores. So this video will update on the previous video and give you guys additional tips and also advices of getting higher combat score. Now, one of the biggest thing I realized was giving me higher damage was that the choice of matrices and also the grade of matrices. So let's have a look at this first. So you can see that currently my Scythe of Crow is 1,800 in terms of gear score, and then this one is 1,600, the 1,900. So there's definitely something to do with the choice of matrices, and I want to go a little deeper. So firstly, if you do have a set of correct matrices, even the blue ones, you'll gain bonus damage. So my Scythe is gaining 6% increased flame damage. This is quite basic, and I'm sure you guys have noticed. After that, if you do acquire purple or even golden legendary chips, they will provide higher stats and also higher gear score. So also, at the higher level your character is, the higher level you can upgrade the chips. So currently I'm waiting for level 40 to upgrade the chips further. So at level 35, a purple chip over here will provide me a gear score of 207. But if we have a look at one of the lucky legendaries chip I got, so where did it go? It's over here. The legendary chip I got will give me 383 gear score. So there is quite a bit of disparity. And finally, if we have a look at one of the blue ones I had, it only provides 100 gear score. So the higher the grade, the higher the level, will provide you with more gear score and also more offensive stats. And this is quite nice. So you can see the legendary one was giving me 119 damage. And a similar one that is over here is giving me almost half, 64 damage increase in terms of attack over here. Now I am planning to make a collective video of how to get more SSR chips and also more SSR weapons. So just a small tip of how to get some of the chips. So we can notice that over here, if you do fight the world boss, they have a chance of dropping the chips, and those are particular chips for a particular character combination. Now, after fighting the world boss, we can also wait eventually. I know this will take a little while. So we can also wait for the joint cooperation very soon. So by level 43, we will be able to have the drops of those legendary chips. And what you do want to notice is you want to find the one that you kind of want to loot and start farming on that. So I'm thinking of farming for the king ones. And where did the king ones go? So you want to find the correct dungeon and wait for at least level 43 to be farming them with your vitality. But before that, you can be farming the world boss. And of course, you can be summoning for them. And what I do with summoning is I no longer wait for the 10 times summons. I actually just summon wherever I have a chip. And I was able to get one legendary chip from just summoning single summons. We'll talk about the single summons versus multi-summons. You can see here, just doing one single summon, I was able to get the king chip. And I do think by summoning as much as you can in the chip category, you'll be getting a boost of your damage. And this is definitely one fast way to do it. If you're lucky enough, you can get multiple golden ones or purple ones to increase your power by a few hundred or even a few thousand. Now, one of the other ways of getting more chips is coming over to the Void Rifts. I believe this is available after 37, I believe, and I was able to do it yesterday. So the Void Rifts will have the summons of the chips, and also they have a chance of dropping the golden chip. So make sure you also do those and also participate with the team and also share buffs together for this particular event for more loots. Now, one of the new ways of getting more power or getting more stats is coming over here to the avatars and also select the avatars that you have been using and also you want to upgrade. So over here you can see there's a gift category, and at the third level of the gift category will unlock traits. And having 1,200 of the gift points will unlock traits which will deal additional damage and provide more stats for the character I'll be using. Now this is quite nice, and I do recommend checking out the previous video which will talk about how to get more gifts. And just a small tip on getting gifts. So you can see the gifts over here, you want to match the one that is correctly corresponding to the character. A purple gift to Nemesis, if it's correct, will give me 60 points. But if it's incorrect, will only give me 40 points. Now, it might seem a little harder to get additional gifts right away, but if you come over to commissions and if we come over to the support on the point store, so if you come over to the point store, we can see that we can buy quite a bit of gift. And if I buy all of those gifts, I will have close to 600 points to increase on my character's affinity. And once the character's affinity go to level 3, which I do recommend trying a few of your main characters to level 3, this will give you higher stats. So for example, let me show you guys over here for King over here. For enemies defeated, we'll gain a restore of HP. And also for Samir over here, for Trickery, we'll gain increased damage dealt for each of the stats she gained. So what I'm aiming for is, I'll be aiming for 3 of my weapons of the characters to 1200 gift level. And I'm very close to 1. I think I can almost get the character here, but I'm still waiting for additional gift to get Nemesis firstly to the 1200 level. And over here, I'm very close to Nemesis to get this. Then I will work on my other characters to unlock the third trait to increase damage and also the survivability and also utility of the characters. Now, as you guys have noticed, or maybe you haven't noticed, if you get all the gears to +5, then get all the gears to +10, you will get additional stat boost. And on top of that, for each of the gears that are being upgraded, they have a minor bonus and also a greater bonus for getting every 5 levels. Now, for the gears that provide a stronger minor bonus, which is offensively, like the gloves over here, you can see I'm getting attack and also critical, which compared to the other pieces, I'm getting attack and also HP. So you can actually decide which one you want. If you want more endurance, you can go for the pants, you can go for the, the chest that gives you more defensive stats. But if you look for the item that give you more offensive stats, you'll be gaining more damage as you upgrade them first. And this is what I did as well. Now, while upgrading for the gears, we can also notice there is a choice of advancement, and this will level up the particular gear that is being equipped. So notice that this is actually giving us different stats, and this will be only for one of the gears. Now, I do believe there was a quest that asked us to do 2 of the gears, so let me see if I can find it for you guys. So there was a quest that asked us to get 2 equipment to 2 stars. And what I did over here is, it is actually much cheaper to get equipment which are green quality to 2 stars, or even cheaper if you go for the white ones. So if you want to do that, that's a small bonus tip. So after that, we do want to notice that the incremental increase of the cost of the boosters. So up until level 5, they cost 3 boosters. And after level 5, they will cost 5 boosters. And once you do get to level 10, it will require you 2 of the advancement modules, which this time will cost 2. At level 5, those will costing 1. So be aware of those as you acquire those. Now let's have a look at how to get the higher quality of the gears. So the gears consist of the blue ones, green ones, purple ones, then later golden ones, legendaries. Now I do find 2 consistent ways of getting them. One of them is of course the joint operation. Currently at level 37 I believe, we can now get the purple jobs. And if we wait a little longer, at level 50 we'll get the golden jobs. But there's also another way of getting them. So if we come over to the recommended, what you're going to see is in the recommended category, as you go for higher difficulty, the gear quality that is able to be looted will increase. And finally, you're going to see some blue gears that can be looted. So it is definitely worth it to look into this. And this was one of the ways for me to get some of my blue equipments. Now I haven't gotten any of the purple equipments, but I am waiting for higher levels of the joint cooperation to go for the golden ones directly. So I might be skipping the purple ones because I am spending my vitality on the other resource for the weapon upgrades. Now, one of the noticeable and also difficult way of getting more combat score is actually upgrading and also refining gears. I don't actually have any of the legendary gears to be refined to level 1, so I can't show you guys the difference. But if we have a look at the purple ones I have, notice this one's refined to level 3 or 3 stars. It has 332 gear score at level 1. But for same weapon, which is not refined, it only has 47 of the gear score. So as you advance the weapon, you can see this one is 134, you will be getting higher gear score. And this is one of the bigger reasons why some of the pay-to-win or whale players do have a higher gear score, simply because they have refined the weapon to higher level, and this increases stats, and as they level the weapon to higher level, they will get even higher the gear score. But it is quite difficult for normal players or free-to-play players to get higher gear score this way, but do keep in mind this is one of the possible ways to do it. And on the topic of upgrading your gears, so what I do recommend is if we come over to commission, you do want to notice that for every 120 of the standard golden summons, you'll be able to purchase a copy of the existing weapons you have. So over here you can see I've accumulated the black gold currency, which is 104. So I'm very close to 120. Now do keep in mind, after the event duration, if you do have any of the flame gold that is carried over, so notice the duration here is, we have only 14 days left for this duration of the limited banner, those will be converted into the black gold. So if I plus 61 plus the 104 I have, I will have over 120 to buy a copy of the weapon, which will increase the star level by 1. But do keep in mind, if you do plan to spend your flame gold on the limited store, you should be aware of this, because there's only 14 days before this gets converted, and this will of course increase the stats of your limited weapon if you do have one. Now if you found this video helpful, make sure to subscribe on our YouTube channel and for more content related to Tower of Fantasy. I'll be looking into more free-to-play content, and I've tried to look into minimal spending or no spending method to clear the game and also achieve the highest amount of free currencies and also free-to-play, characters and also weapons in the game.